One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. Last officiating question, and tell me if my perception here is wrong. Is there a potential challenge in filling the pipeline with younger officials who are coming up through the ranks? What strikes me at times is our student athletes are consistently getting bigger, faster, stronger, and literally physically keeping up with them on the court would seem to be more difficult too. Is there a pipeline issue for officials?
I don't think so for that particular reason. I mean, I do think that when we went to 3 officials, the speed of the game was mitigated significantly, and the experience level is key. I do think that there's, like anything, when there's a demand for anything, in this case, a demand for quality officials, that will be met, because and even if the supply is short, there's going to be even more demand for those good ones, and so that's going to drive more people into it. I see a significant number of officials on the youth level, high school level, small college level that very much want to move up and be a participant as a referee in the games on the Division I level. So I don't think that piece is missing. And what's more is, as the athletes get bigger, faster, stronger as a group, I think so too do the officials as human beings. I mean, it's amazing what 50 years in our country has changed in developing athletically and physically over the last 50 years. The officials will follow that same line.
Yeah, that's interesting. When we talk about the arms race in college athletics, Barry, is it crucial, and do you guys constantly have this almost checklist of, hey, here's what we could improve next to make sure our programs stay on even ground, if not an enhanced level of attraction to prospective student athletes? You've mentioned the fan experience a number of times in this conversation. Is that a constant battle? And you guys just invested a bunch of money in Hinkle. Do you feel like you're good there right now?
We're happy with what has transpired with the renovation of Hinkle, but we're not satisfied that we're at an ending place by any means. We've got more that we want to do, but I don't think that's any different than I know that's no different than the science department or the school of business or what have you. The facility, the arms race, is the way of the world. It's not unique to athletics. I find that somewhat amusing from time to time when there's, and I think you can go too far basically in any area for that matter, but the same thing happens in any competitive situation. If there's no competition, you don't need to do anything. Well, all of these scenarios are very competitive. So I do think you're best to serve by establishing priority lists and trying to stay ahead of the game, so to speak, by knowing what your plan is. It may take some time to get there, but I find that anybody that's in a competitive situation is looking for opportunities to get better, and those can't happen without the funds to do them. So, but if there are ways to fund new facilities or anything else for that matter, then I don't see any problem pursuing it.
So my common last question in these conversations is, what are you reading? What's on your desk that when you have a spare moment or when you carve out 30 minutes, what book or what are you picking up to read right now?
Well, I'm actually having my among my reading list is Angela Duckworth's book on grit. Actually, Coach Holtman gave me that maybe a month ago or so, so I'm just a little slow getting to it with all the daily stuff. But I also have been fortunate to receive a copy of the 100 Years of Stanford men's basketball by John Platts, who was there when I was an assistant coach there many years ago. So those are a couple things on the list. I really enjoy John Gordon's books and continually to refer to them on a consistent basis. So maybe those three things at this point.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.